Hello, my name is Mia Olivas, and welcome to Bear News. To start off, let's go to Sam for an update on the weather. Sam, can you tell us if we're going to get any more snow?
Thank you, Mia. We had a lot of snow come in this last Wednesday, recording around 6 to 7 inches, and the snow is going to keep coming as we have snow coming on Monday. We're expected to get around 2 to 4 inches, but for Colorado today, we can see all cold temperatures. Pueblo's looking at 31 degrees, Colorado Springs 22 degrees, and then the Greeley area around 30 degrees. But looking into this upcoming week, Greeley's going to stay really, really cold as we have high of 27 today, but overnight low of 5 degrees. And expect to see some snow coming in on Monday, as I said. So expect around 2 to 4 inches, and we're going to stay in the 20s all along the week. Thank you for watching the weather. Now back to you, Mia.
Thanks, Sam. In October 2022, President Biden implemented a new student loan forgiveness program, but since then, the program has ran into some issues. The program was introduced to help ease borrowers into paying back student loans after student loan payments were put on hold during the pandemic. Many applied and were able to receive up to $20,000 in student loan relief if they qualified, but individuals who have an income of $125,000 or more annually are not eligible for the program. If you try to apply on the Student Aid website now, you'll be met with a yellow announcement that says, "Courts have issued orders blocking our student debt relief program. As a result, at this time, we are not accepting applications. We are seeking to overturn those orders." The plan has been blocked by a Texas judge and is now being appealed to the Supreme Court, who leaves the program blocked. There will be scheduled arguments in February, and a decision should be made in June. But until a decision is made, student loan payments that were scheduled to start in January have now been put on hold. Be sure to stay tuned to Bear News for updates regarding the new student loan forgiveness program. Over the break, the UNC football program went through a seismic shift of changes. For more, we turn to our Bear News sports reporter, Caleb.
Over the break, the Ed McCaffrey era of Bears football ended after a disappointing tenure as the head coach of the football program. Many wondered who would take over for a team that had such a recognizable name attached to the program just a year ago. Well, it did not take very long, and the Bears found their guy in Coach Lamb. On December 7th, former BYU assistant head coach and special teams coordinator Ed Lamb was introduced as UNC's 18th head coach of the football program.
Thank you for being here. I don't know if this is a particularly large crowd for an event like this and don't really care. But my hope is that in a few years, we'll be able to look back together and you'll say, yeah, I was there. And I'll say thank you for being there and seeing some potential in what we're trying to accomplish here.
Coach Lamb is no stranger to the Big Sky Conference. From 2008 to 2015, Lamb served as the head coach for Southern Utah University, where over 8 seasons, Lamb led the team to 2 conference championships. Lamb inherited a 0-11 team, and in just 3 years, he led SUU to a 6-5 record and a conference championship.
The mission is clear: multiple championships. That's an audacious goal. It was an audacious goal when I set it at Southern Utah, a school that had never won a championship in its Division I history. We won our first one in year 3, got invited to a bigger conference, won that 2 years later.
Be sure to stay tuned to Bear News this semester for more updates on UNC's football program, as well as the other sports programs here on campus. Professors come and go from universities, but sometimes they come back. Leo Mallard sat down with Emeritus Professor Dale Edwards to discuss his return and the challenges and differences of teaching online.
So, yeah, I'm doing well.
Last year, after 17 years of teaching at UNC, Dale Edwards retired. But this semester, he's back. For the first time, he's teaching an online class. Even though he was excited for retirement, he already knew he was coming back to teach an adjunct class.
It was pre-planned. We made this decision last spring before I retired.
That's because the chair knew another professor would be on sabbatical.
Dr. Keaton asked me if I would be willing to teach the ethics class this spring because Dr. Staten was going on a sabbatical, and he normally teaches this class. And so they needed somebody to cover it for just this one semester, so I said that I would do that.
This class has been a new experience for Edwards because besides now teaching only one class, he no longer has to be on campus.
It's very, very, very different because I don't, my time is still my own now instead of having to be over at the university a certain number of hours a week or certain responsibilities, committee work, and all of those kinds of things. I don't have that anymore.
Edwards said it was hard to teach an online class, but it's still possible to give an effective learning environment to students.
I think you can make it as good. You really have to go outside, go overboard. You have put a lot of effort into teaching online if you're going to make it the same class.
He called online classes self-starters because they require much more discipline and initiative than in-person classes.
But a student has to understand that an online class is not necessarily easier. It's definitely more convenient from the standpoint that they can choose when they want to do it. But they have to be disciplined and self-starters in order to be really successful in online classes.
While he said retirement is the next stage in his life, Edwards has enjoyed coming back to UNC and teaching once again.
Enjoying it. I'm enjoying having the opportunity to interact once again with students. That's always fun. It's just totally different.
Edwards' return helps alleviate some pressures as UNC faces staff shortages, and we are happy to have him back in the program. Award season is in full swing following the 28th Annual Critics' Choice Awards Sunday. The ceremony included categories in both TV and film, giving cinephiles of all kinds something to chew on. On the film side, Everything Everywhere All at Once led the pack with 14 nominations and 5 wins, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay, while AMC's Better Call Saul helped on top with 3 wins in television. For actors Hui Kwan and Brendan Fraser, the awards season means redemption. Both men returned to Hollywood this year after decades-long hiatuses, garnering acclaim from critics and audiences alike for Fraser's role in The Whale and Kwan's in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Fraser and Kwan each took home awards at both the Critics' Choice Awards and the Golden Globes last week. Stay tuned to Bear News for more on awards season as we look forward to the Grammy Awards February 5th and the Academy Awards March 12th. Returning to classes after winter break is hard on everyone. Professors and students alike are always looking for ways to get back into the university groove faster.
With the spring semester starting up, we came up with 10 ways to stay motivated and productive while getting back into the school year. Staying motivated is difficult. Personally, I love to dedicate a self-care night. I typically pick a Sunday just to start off the week nice and refreshed. I like to go shopping, get my nails done, have a spa night, and just relax and have time for yourself. I might be the only one here, but at least I know how to manage my time wisely and stay organized. Studies have shown that taking extra time in the morning can help you create more confidence and do better on tests. Remember why you're here. Another way to help would be having a clean environment to help you stay focused and eliminate distractions. Well, I just got out of class, so I'm going to reward myself with a Starbucks, and you should too. You should reward yourself for any task, assignment, test, and it will be great. Try getting a tangible item and it will make you feel better. Oh, hey, Jordan. Hey. Meeting up with friends will help hold you accountable for the semester, and it's always fun to work with a partner. Creating a to-do list is a great way to help you keep track of your day and where your time is being spent, and it's a great feeling when you get to check it off your list. Changing locations is a great idea to help you stay motivated as well. So I'm gonna go now.
Good luck this semester, and maybe you can take one of these tips and use it yourself to stay motivated this semester. Prince Harry released his memoir, titled Spare, last Tuesday, January 10th. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, Spare is the fastest-selling non-fiction book of all time, selling 1.43 million copies the day of its release. The book details Harry's life story, including the way he was changed by the death of his mother, Princess Diana, and the experiences he and his wife, Meghan Markle, had with the British media, which led to them stepping down as senior members of the royal family and moving out of Britain in 2020. The book debuted to immediate scrutiny online, as one moment in particular was deemed too personal and uncomfortable to read by the internet and became the subject of memes. The book holds a rating of 4.1 out of 5 stars on Goodreads and has received mixed reviews from critics. Rachel Cook of The Guardian called the book tone-deaf and bizarre, while Rebecca Mead of The New Yorker called the book worth reading for its narrative force and exposure of the royal family. According to Penguin Random House, the publisher of the book, a portion of the proceeds from the book sales will be donated to multiple charities. $1.5 million has already been donated to Sensible, the charity Harry founded in 2006 along with Princess Siso of Luso, which supports young people and children in Luso and Botswana affected by HIV and AIDS. Over $300,000 will be donated to Well Child, which helps children and young people with complex health needs receive care in the home instead of in a hospital. Spare is available in digital, paperback, and hardcover forms and an audiobook version read by Harry himself. Climate activist Greta Thunberg was detained and released by German police Tuesday evening. Thunberg joined thousands of environmental activists protesting against the demolition of a village to make way for a coal mine expansion. Bulldozing the village to make way for the mine would result in huge amounts of greenhouse gas emissions from the mined fossil fuels. The activists want the German government to take action on fossil fuels and said Germany should not be mining any more lignite or brown coal. Germany should be focusing on expanding renewable energy instead. The riot police, backed by bulldozers, removed activists from building in the abandoned village last week, but protesters, including Thunberg, remained at the site staging a sit-in. Thunberg was carried away by 3 police officers and was held by 1 officer away from the mine. She was released after an identity check, according to the police. It is a place meant for learning, making lifelong memories and connections. Students going to parties, meeting friends, and getting ready to enter adulthood. Colleges and universities are supposed to be fun and what most high school graduates look forward to. Unfortunately, students are no longer looking forward to the next weekend, but are more worried about leaving the house. Something that is meant to be fun and memorable has now shifted into something that can be risky and potentially dangerous. With the spring semester just beginning, it seems that some students are still thinking about the nationwide news from the previous term. This past November, news came out about the tragic murders of 4 students at the University of Idaho. The Idaho murder cases have been ongoing discussion in news outlets, social media, and even at other universities. The recent tragedies at Idaho University have affected numerous people across the country. After learning about the cases, many students are hyper aware of their surroundings, making sure to always lock up behind them. The Idaho cases are causing some students to question the safety of both campus and off-campus housing. The cases are leaving colleges and its students more alert than ever. UNC students discussed their reactions and how the cases have affected their return to campus.
It's tough with these ones in particular because there's been so many at this point. It's just kind of,
but it's definitely made me more aware, like, about letting people into the building. Like when when I go back to my dorm and like there's somebody behind me who's also coming in, like very easily that could be someone who's not a student.
Everything on top of each other makes you a little more careful. You don't go out super late. You carry stuff. You lock your car.
January marks National Blood Donation Month, and the Greeley community is in need of donors. Blood donations generally decrease in the winter months as a result of the holidays and flu season. In 2022, the American Red Cross declared a national blood shortage due to the COVID-19 pandemic. According to UC Health Greeley, hospitals across the state are facing local blood shortages and is urging eligible donors to make an appointment. Most adults in good health are eligible to donate, and anyone can check their eligibility online. The nonprofit organization Vitalence Greeley location is open from 7 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. 7 days a week. Please consider donating today. That is all from us here at Bear News. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.